Hey bike fans, we're here with Caden. Just finished the junior 15-16 national championship race in Roanoke. I think the temperature on the road today was somewhere in the neighborhood of 92 degrees with some serious humidity. So Caden finished 19th, so we're super happy about that. Caden, give us a little recap of your race.
All right, so the whole course was really fast. Most of it's punchy.
What was your average speed for the race?
The average speed was over 22, so it was like 22.3 miles an hour.
For a 2-hour race?
Yeah.
With a couple thousand feet of elevation, probably 2,600?
Yeah. The first lap was really hard. There were surges probably every minute and a half, 2 minutes. It would surge and then it would slow down, surge and slow down. And then we got to the backside of the course, about 12 miles in. And then you get to a section where it's all narrow, up and down, up and down, up and down. And there's a bunch of climbs that are like 10-12% for really short amount of time. And there was just surges over every one of those, and there were a lot of riders getting shelled out the back. And I missed a neutral water.
And how many bottles total did you go through the 2-hour race?
I went through like five total bottles of water.
And you were still probably short.
And I drank 3 bottles with like 150 calories of scratch in them.
So again, the correction of the order of events.
And walk us through the finish.
So
after the first lap, we were down to about 33 riders. A lot of riders got pulled after the first lap. We went through the feed zone, took on a bunch of water, took some gels, and then there was an injection of pace from David Thompson over the top of the feed zone.
He's another Connecticut rider. Used to be Caden's teammate. David's doing a great job this year.
Yeah, he went into the first corner just absolutely flying. I think we went 35 miles an hour through a 90-degree right. And then we were flying, me and 4 other guys, including David, for about a mile, up over a little hill, and then some false flat, and then some downhill. And then everyone kind of started easing up, and then the race came back together a little bit. And then we actually went pretty easy for most of the first part of this second lap. There was a rider off the front, which was always in the back of our minds, but we ended up catching him through the back section of the course. It was a little bit easier this time. Got the neutral feed, and then he was caught as we went into the last probably 10 or 11 miles. And then I started feeling the heat and the effort a little bit in my legs, and made it about halfway up the big climb with about 6 miles to go. And I got cramps, and I blew up a little bit, and then the group kind of took off over the top of the climb. But I came in with a Lux rider and then a DC Devo rider for a solid 5 miles. And then unfortunately I got beat in the sprint. I didn't come in with a very good
uphill
position.
into the wind sprint, you let it out, so
yeah,
that's okay.
Well,
It's a good result. Top 20 is great.
Yeah, happy with the result. I mean,
Here, why don't
I
you
couldn't breathe a week ago.
show us? Yeah, a week ago you were in bed, unable to even train, so we're excited for you. Why don't you show us your bike real quick? I'll walk everybody through the setup I made for you.
Yeah, so this is the last nationals. We'll have to race with junior gearing.
So this bike,
SAC announced no more junior gearing next year.
here,
So.
step further back because you're too close. Go backwards because we can't see the whole bike. There you go. So I raced this bike yesterday, Caden raced it today. So we set this bike up with a 1x configuration. So we've got a 48 tooth front chainring and then a really big wide spread in the back. I think we've got, we'll run either like 1042 or like 1140 cassettes. For junior gearing, we set it up with a 13 lockout. So the biggest gear you can run in junior gearing is on this bike a 4813. We put on some special Schwalbe TT tires. We're running a special size. So we're running smaller sizes than you would normally run, but that's because we're trying to optimize aerodynamics on this bike and handling and crosswind. And I think it's a great setup. Race only tires, don't use these in everyday training, just way too light. And you know, it's a great bike. So Caden, good job. And now it's back to training.
All right. You got
Bye.
the grid tomorrow. So
Grid tomorrow.